Hello and welcome back. Missy Heydrich here. We are at Big 12 Women's Basketball Media Day presented by New Era. Now joined by the Kansas State Wildcats. Picked 7th in the Big 12 preseason poll. They were 28-8 a year ago, 17-1 at home, and a Sweet 16 appearance in the 2025 NCAA tournament. Jeff Mittie, 12th year at Kansas State, 34th overall as a head coach, and he is joined by 3 of his student athletes: junior guard Terrence Sides, sophomore guard Isela Arenas, and junior guard Nastia Claessens. Welcome to all of you. Coach, I'm going to start with you. The hardest part of having a squad full of veterans and seniors is at some point they do graduate and they leave you, and which means this roster looks very different. How has this team responded, and what are you seeing from this new look group in Manhattan?
Yeah, summer was really good. I was very pleased. You know, we got most of the group in, but as things go in the college era that we're in, you get them at different points. Nastia didn't arrive at campus till late August. Gina Garcia didn't arrive to campus till late August as well. So we didn't get all the pieces in, but the group that was in the summer, I thought had an incredible summer. Their work ethic was way better than I expected. I really expected that we would have to spend more time saying this is how we do things. And what impressed me the most is that we said it. We didn't have to say it twice. They took ownership of how they wanted to work outside of basketball, and we saw a lot of growth this summer.
Your program advanced to the Sweet 16 for the first time in 20 plus years. How important is that kind of momentum as you move forward with this year's team as a building block, as it sets the standard for what you want to do?
Yeah, I think it's important. It's hard to keep momentum, but you know, the last couple of years we were right there, and last year was a special year. We'd have liked to go further. We were right there to do that. But I think all those things helped us in recruiting. It attracts players that want to play. It attracts players that have those goals. So it all ties together. And while this group is at a much different phase in October than a year ago, I like the path this group is on. And we're still getting to know what we do well and what we don't do as well. But their work ethic has been really good, and now we're just trying to develop that chemistry on the court.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. We will have one of our 2 mic holders, Delaney and Carly, come over and find you. I have a couple questions for our student athletes here first. Taryn, I'll start with you. Over 24 minutes a game last year, one of 3 returners on this K-State roster. So that means you're a veteran, whether you want to be or not. So can you talk a little bit what you learned from all of those great all Big 12 players you have been able to play with on the floor before, and how that has helped you this season in being more of a leader for this new look group at K-State?
Yeah, like you said, I'm the one of 3 returning, so it's kind of my job to be a leader for this team. I think learning from All-American Serena and Yoki last year, and just the way they led the team and got everyone to rally behind them, that's something that I look back on and I learned from them, and I'm trying to implement it this year.
So are you a more vocal leader, a by example, or a combination of both?
I would say more lead by example.
Okay.
I think Coach Mittie would probably agree with that.
I would.
Okay.
I would.
See, there we go. We have. There's no wrong answer there.
She's already causing conflict with Arenas because of her answer on creamy corn. So we got a lot of
It's already been early.
behind the scenes issues
and it's
that we're
early
going to have to deal with later at lunch.
Isela, I'm going to ask a question for you. Change is never easy. You made the decision to transfer to Kansas State after 1 year. What was it that led you to K-State? What about this system, and why was it the right place for you?
It just felt like family coming here. When I first met Mittie, I just warmed up to him so easily, and all the other coaching staff and the girls as well. So when I first came here, I knew, I was like, okay, this is the right place for me.
Excellent. And Nastia, you come with a resume as part of the Belgian national team, appearing in both the Paris Olympics, 2025 Eurobasket team member for Belgium. With that, tell us your first impressions of Manhattan, Kansas, and what is it that you're going to bring to the floor for this Wildcat team?
Yeah, K-State is like Lisa said, it's like a really family. Everybody's so nice and I really love it here. Um, I think I wanna bring to the team like my IQ. I wanna help the team out where I can and if I see some stuff, I wanna help them out. So yeah.
Experience goes a long way. You can't teach that necessarily. That's very true. Now, I think we have a couple questions here. So please identify yourself. Go ahead.
Daniel Schmidt, Lawrence Journal World. I'm just curious, this one's mostly for the newcomers. What about the culture at Kansas State really drew you in, and what have you learned about Manhattan so far?
Probably again about family. Like they're all family oriented. Everybody's so nice in Manhattan, and I've never seen that before in any type of environment. So that was probably the one that stuck out to me: family and togetherness.
Yeah, I think so too. Everybody's really supportive. Like they go watch all the athletic games, the football games, basketball games. What it is, there's always like a lot of people watching.
I believe we have one more question right there in the back.
Tim Everson, the Manhattan Mercury. Jeff, what has been the biggest surprise for you with all these newcomers coming in?
Well, I said it earlier. I thought we would have to spend more time on the culture, more time on how we do things, more time on establishing that. And quite frankly, I think 2-3 weeks into the summer, I said, this team's good. I felt like Taryn was injured a little bit this summer, and I thought we would have to rely more on her to kind of do those things. But honestly, this group came in with a pretty good work ethic. They established their own routine that was outside of when we were on the court together. And it was impressive to watch them do that. And, in the past, we'd had veterans that were able to pass the baton and, say, this is how we do it. But they established their own work ethic. Now, we did some things differently in the weight room to speed that up. But it started with our freshman group. They came on campus a week early. And they really were impressive at how hard they worked and how quickly they understood what was necessary to be good in there. Now, having said all that, as I've told them, I think individually we worked incredibly hard. Now the chemistry on the floor, the timing of things, how we play together, all of those things are not even remotely close where they need to be. We've got to learn each other better. And we've got to do that not just in the 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, sometimes 3.5. They got to be able to do that outside. And, that's the process we're in right now.
Long practice days prepare you for the grind of the Big 12, but also thinking about what you wanted to do with your non-conference schedule. This new look group, very different. What did you want to accomplish? What sort of challenges do you see ahead for this group prior to the Big 12 season?
Well, our non-conference is really hard. And I've said this in my 30-some years of coaching that I was never going to have the NCAA tournament say our non-conference, or the committee say your non-conference schedule wasn't good enough. Now, if they told us we didn't win enough games, that's on me. But I was never going to have the committee go, your non-conference just wasn't good enough. So you look at this conference schedule or non-conference schedule, we're going to challenge ourselves in Cancun. We're going to play a good Columbia team, a good North Carolina team, a good South Dakota State team. We're going to play Ole Miss on a neutral floor. We're going to play Texas A&M at home. We've got some really Creighton on the road. What I wanted out of this one for this specific team was to get some answers early and get those answers as quickly as possible and challenge them. Take them on the road. We're going to go on the road for an exhibition game. And everybody's like, well, why are you going on the road for an exhibition game? Well, because that is the stuff they don't know. How we do things on the road. What's our schedule on the road? What's our film session like on the road? What's our shoot around like on the road? And I want to get that information to them as quickly as possible.
That makes a lot of sense. One last question, and I'm going to pose this to Azella, down to you. Transferring from Louisville, where you saw action in 29 games last year, what is it that you think about your game that you will bring to the floor for this team? What can you add to the mix for this Wildcat squad?
Probably my defense and a little bit of leadership. I've been working on trying to be a leader and being a good example for my teammates over this past summer. It has been really challenging because I've never done it before in my past basketball years, but it's been one heck of a summer, and I'm really excited for the season.
Well, it sounds like you've got three good leaders right here on this stage.
She
with
was
you.
up at 5 a.m. shooting probably 80% of the summer, so she was beating anybody else to the office. So that was impressive to begin with.
That doesn't happen very often, and that's early. So I applaud you.
Thank
Coach,
you.
thank you to all three of you. Best of luck this season. We wish you all the best. Up next will be the contingent from the University of Utah. We will be back momentarily.